Further, the Happy Prince said that this boy needed to finish writing a play. He was a writer, and he had to give the play to the director after writing. But he did not have strength to write anymore because he was feeling very cold. The boy had no money, so that's why there was no fire in his fireplace, and he was very hungry also, due to which he was feeling very weak. The swallow understood what Happy Prince was trying to tell him. He knew that Happy Prince wanted to help this boy too, so he agreed to stay back for one more night. And further, the swallow asked Happy Prince if he should take another ruby stone to give it to the young playwright, just like he had given it to the old lady. Prince said that it was very sad that he did not have any more ruby stones with him. Happy Prince said that now he had his eyes, which were made of very precious and rare sapphire stones, which had been bought thousands of years ago from India. So Happy Prince told Swallow to take out one sapphire and give it to the boy. The swallow was very sad to learn that the Happy Prince wanted to give his eyes to the boy, that he started crying. He told Happy Prince that he could not do so. But then the Happy Prince ordered the swallow to do what he had told him to do. So finally the swallow took out one sapphire out of the prince's eye, and flew to the young man's garret. There was a hole on the roof of the room, so the swallow entered the room through that hole. The boy was sitting with his head on his hands, and that's why he did not hear the flutter of the bird's wing. And when he looked up, he saw the sapphire stone lying on the dried flowers. When the boy saw the beautiful stone, he felt that some admirer, some person who praised him, had sent a gift for him. So he thought that with this he could now finish his play. Next morning, the swallow bird flew down to the harbor and sat on a mast of a ship. He spoke loudly that he was going to Egypt, and when it was night, he flew back to Happy Prince. Swallow once again told the Happy Prince that it had come to say goodbye. He was going to Egypt. And once again, Happy Prince requested Swallow to stay with him for one more night. The swallow said to Happy Prince that the winter season had started, and after some time it would start snowing. The weather in Egypt was warm, and even the crocodiles lay on the mud lazily. Now this was the third assignment. The Happy Prince said that there was a match girl. She was a little girl, and all her matchsticks had fallen in the gutter and got wet. All her matchsticks were spoiled, so she could not sell them, and she would not earn any money. And when she would go home without money, then her father would get angry and beat her. For this reason, the girl was crying. Further, the Happy Prince said that she was not wearing shoes or stockings, and she had not covered her head. She was very poor, so he said to the swallow to take out another sapphire from his eyes and give it to her, so that her father didn't beat her. Swallow agreed to stay with him for one more night, but he refused to take out another sapphire, because if he did that, then Happy Prince would be blind. Again, Happy Prince told Swallow to do what he had ordered him. So finally the swallow obeyed the Happy Prince's order. He took another sapphire stone from his eyes and flew to the little match girl. And when he saw the match girl, he bent very low and kept the sapphire stone on the little girl's hand. The little girl was very happy to see the stone, and she went home happily. But Happy Prince said to the swallow that he should go to Egypt. But Swallow refused and said that he would stay with him only, and she slept on the prince's feet. The Happy Prince said to the swallow to tell him wonderful things, but added that nothing was more wonderful than the suffering of people. No mystery was bigger than sadness, and he wanted to know who all were sad in his kingdom. So he asked the swallow to go and let him know what he saw while flying over the swallow was very sad to learn that the Happy Prince wanted to give his eyes to the boy, that he started crying. He told Happy Prince that he could not do so. But then the Happy Prince ordered the swallow to do what he had told him to do. So finally the swallow took out one once a fire out of the prince's eye and flew to the young man's garret. There was a hole on the roof of the room, so the swallow entered the room through that hole. The boy was sitting with his head on his hands, and that's why he did not hear the flutter of the bird's wing. And when he looked up, he saw the firestone lying on the dried flowers. When the boy saw the beautiful stone, he felt that some admirer, some person who praised him, had sent a gift for him. So he thought that with this he could now finish his play. Next morning, the swallow bird flew down to the harbor and sat on a mast of a ship. He spoke loudly that he was going to Egypt, and when it was night, he flew back to Happy Prince. Swallow once again told the Happy Prince that it had come to say goodbye. He was going to Egypt. And once again, Happy Prince requested Swallow to stay with him for one more night. The Swallow said to Happy Prince that the winter season had started, and after some time it would start snowing. The weather in Egypt was warm, and even the crocodiles lay on the mud lazily there. So he told him to let him go to Egypt. Further, the swallow saw two little boys under the archway of the bridge. They were lying much close to each other, so that they kept themselves warm. They were very poor. They didn't have food, so they were trying to keep each other warm. Swallow went back to Happy Prince and told him what he had seen in the city. The Happy Prince told Swallow that his whole body was covered with fine gold. He could take tiny pieces of gold from his body and give it to the poor people in need. All the living beings required money, and when they would get gold, they would feel happy. Slowly, the swallow took out the gold layers from the statue of Happy Prince, and as he removed the layers of the gold, the Happy Prince statue started looking dull and grey. As the statue of the Happy Prince started looking dull and grey, the children grew happier because through it they were getting food to eat. Everyone was wearing clothes made of fur. Small children were wearing red-colored caps and were roaming here and there. They were skating on the ice. The bird did not want to die, so he used to go to the bakery where the baker used to bake the bread, to eat the breadcrumbs and try to keep himself warm by flapping his wings. The swallow was aware that he was about to die. He had only enough strength to fly back to the statue of the Happy Prince, and he says, Happy Prince thought that the swallow wanted to go to Egypt, so he said that he was happy that finally the bird was going to Egypt. The swallow bird said to the Happy Prince that he was not going to Egypt but to the house of death. He added that death was a brother of sleep. He kissed the Happy Prince on his lips and fell down to the feet of Happy Prince and died. As soon as the bird died on the Happy Prince's feet, an unusual sound came out from the statue. The sound was of breaking of the statue's heart, which was made of a lead. The heart broke because of the death of his beloved bird, but it is said that it was so cold that the heart broke into two pieces. The next morning, the mayor of the city along with his councillors was taking a round of the area where the statue of Happy Prince was erected, and when he crossed the statue and looked up at it, he said that the statue of Happy Prince looked untidy. The councillors always agreed with whatever the mayor used to say, so they also asserted that the statue looked untidy. The mayor noticed that the ruby stone which was placed in the handle of the sword was missing. The spires from the statue's eyes were also missing, and the layer of the gold from its body was also missing. The mayor said that it seemed as if it was the statue of a beggar, and the town councillors agreed with him. The mayor noticed that a dead bird was lying on the feet of the statue. Then he told the town councillors to pass an order that the birds were not allowed to die on the feet of the statue, and the town clerk made a note of the suggestion given by him. The art professor of the university said that now the statue of the Happy Prince did not look beautiful and was not useful anymore, and so they should demolish it. So they melted the statue, which was made of lead, in a furnace. The supervisor of the foundry saw a strange thing. The heart of the Happy Prince statue, which was broken into 2 pieces, was not melting in the furnace. So they threw it as it is in the dust heap. Coincidentally, they threw the heart of the Happy Prince where the dead swallow was also lying. God asked one of the angels to bring him the 2 most precious things of the city. The angel brought 2 pieces of heart of the statue and the dead swallow bird. God said to the angel that it had brought the right thing. It had chosen the right things, which were indeed the most precious things of the city. He said that the bird would always sing in the garden of his paradise, and Happy Prince would stay in his city of gold and admire him.